My name's Carrie Challoner. This is my second vlog that I'm doing today, and it's continuing on with the subject of lack of self-confidence, which I've had issues with throughout my life, feeling low about myself, not feeling good about myself, which I know a lot of people can identify with, and that's why I've decided to do these vlogs about my issues with body confidence and the way I look, to help other people. And if, as I said in my first video, it just helps one person, then that's fantastic. Because that's my aim of doing this video, doing these vlogs. So today I'm going to talk about how it all started in more detail. I'd say from a very young age, since primary school, since I learned to think for myself, I've had confidence issues. Not being able to look in the mirror, always thinking I look fat, not wanting to eat some foods, or want to eat at all. When I was a young child, I was very fussy when it came to food, and I was quite hard work when it came to food because there's a lot of things I wouldn't eat. School dinners did contribute to that. At primary school, the school dinners were quite bad when I think about it, and they didn't help. But then I changed to packed lunches, but I still struggled to eat packed lunch because I was quite fussy. I wouldn't eat a sandwich that was soggy, for example. There was some, and for some reason, other kids' lunches always looked more exciting than mine. But I did try. But then my appetite did change, and I did eat more. But then I did put on weight, and that really bothered me. And I know there are other people out there that are different shapes and sizes and have a lot of confidence, and that's how you should be. You should have a lot of confidence in yourself and be happy with yourself. But to those that suffer with very low self-esteem, like myself, like I have done throughout my life, it can be hard to accept because the image that you see in your mind isn't always what you see in the mirror, and it can be hard that the image that you see in the mirror is completely different to what you see in your head. And I don't think certain images that you see in magazines help, because I used to think, I want to look like those on the front cover of a magazine. But what you forget is that a lot of them photos have been airbrushed for a reason, because they want to sell a magazine, and if the image looks wrong, or you can see the woman's cellulite, for example, but people still buy it. But I think it's starting to change, and I think there is starting to become a change when it comes to different shapes and sizes. It's definitely clothes. I think I'm so glad that they now start to do petite clothing, because clothes was always a nightmare for me to find, because I've got a big chest but I'm very small, and finding a blouse that can actually go around my chest without buying a bigger size, and then I look like I'm wearing a tent rather than a shirt, and that can be tough. I used to hate going in changing rooms, because that used to really knock my confidence. But again, they've improved now, and I do feel better when trying on clothes. I still struggle sometimes, but it's not as bad as what it was. I just would protest every time my mum made me go and try something on in the changing room. I would just kick off, because it just was my worst nightmare, seeing myself in the mirror, and nothing ever looked right, apart from one time where I saw this dress when I used to go up to Leeds and watch rugby, and I found this gold dress, and for once I actually felt I looked good. also, photographs I found tough to look at. I've struggled to watch my wedding video because I get so upset the way I look. But again, it's become easy to watch and I can watch it now. And it's due to changing the way I think has helped. And one tip I would give, as I also want to try and help and give advice on how I've dealt with my issues with lack of self-confidence, to try and help as much as I can. And that is doing something out of your comfort zone. And working really helped me a lot. When I first left school, I became a steward at Fulham Football Club. And I was there for about a season. And then I also got to do some work experience with the then groundsman. And that was most brilliant, something I will always remember till the day I die, because I was obsessed with football. I still am a football fan, but since my life's changed and I've got other commitments now, obviously the passion's still there, but obviously I can't watch every match and I can't go to every game because of money, because I've been a full-time mum. We do have to watch the pennies now. But also, I mean, recently my confidence is not, because I've been on maternity leave, and I, not long ago, was made redundant from my jobs because the department moved overseas. But then I did become pregnant and I was looking for work, but I thought I'd find a job easy, but then you forget how many people are going for these jobs, and that could be hard. And even now I'm looking for part-time work because I want to be there for my son, especially in his early years, especially if we don't have another child, because there isn't any planned at the moment. I don't want to miss out on anything, but I do want to also work because I miss having the income, and that's the same with a lot of households, and it is tough, and that can really just knock your confidence, which it has done. But then because of my past and how I've learnt to confront my lack of self-esteem and why I'm feeling low, it's helped me to be positive and think, no, I do have positive things. And one is doing these vlogs, because I've realised, I've had this issue dealing with lack of self-confidence for years. Why not share it and try and help someone? And I like doing that. That's why I do the fundraising runs and walks, because you're getting fit, you've got a goal, and you're making a difference to other people. And now I realise I think that's one of my purposes in life. Because I did used to question why I was here, and I think that's one of my reasons why. And that's why I also do writing, because I'm also writing a book which is based on my own experiences with lack of self-esteem, but it's a fictional story, but with my experience added. And once I publish that, then will let you all know. But thank you once again for watching my vlog. Sorry that it's not really looks professionally done. I haven't managed to get a stand for my camera yet. But once I do, obviously I will be able to make these videos a lot more professional. But the whole point of me doing this is to get my message across that there are those who are suffering low self-esteem at the moment, have gone through it and feel like it's a roller coaster. It can get better. It's just, you've just got to start doing something about it, and doing some things that you never thought you would do. Like I mentioned in my first video, I did the Great North Run, and because of working, I had to do a lot of things that I would be scared to have done beforehand, but I had to do them, because when you're working, you're not in charge. It's the company's in charge, and if your boss is telling you to do something, you have to do it. regardless if you like it or not. And that helps build up your confidence because you're getting shoved in the deep end. And being shoved in the deep end is daunting at times, but it can be very good for you, and it has definitely helped me. I'm not saying go to extreme, but doing something for others, like doing a charity run, doing a walk, fundraise, doing something for your community, is or joining a club, joining a class, something that gets you out and mixing with people. Because when I went to rugby, I used to follow a rugby league team. Being with a load of people who were so positive and didn't care what you looked like really helped me. And I know it's hard to come by those sorts of people, but you can find them, and getting out and meeting different kinds of people is the best way of doing that. So many thanks for watching my video. I will be posting another vlog, and I'll be talking about the books and things that I've done, other things that I've done that's helped me with my self-confidence and feeling better about myself. So many thanks. Take care. Bye.